in my car. It's Kathleen. I'm on my way to the drugstore. And then a few other errands, but I know I haven't made a video in a while, and I'll tell you why. I've been stewing about a few things. You know, I'm at the place in my recovery where I've really been working hard to address all this with my husband, who's a good guy, but I wouldn't say he's always been exactly emotionally supportive. Obviously, if I was a person without boundaries for the 30 years we've been married, you know that, you know, he's human. He probably took advantage of that, and whatever's easier for him, if I don't have any boundaries, yeah, he's gonna go for that. Well, I have had boundaries in this recovery, and he's human, so he balks at a lot of them and doesn't really like some of them. And he's even come to the point recently of complaining about the time I spend on YouTube with this recovery community. And it made me wonder, that kind of sounds familiar. But he's a good guy. He's not a narcissist. He does, you know. When my first video I came on and I said, here I am, this is my first video. Hi everybody, I'm finally here. But this is my the last thing I said on my first video was, this is my recovery. I'm learning that you can't, you know, take others with you. So I think it was mostly, you know, referring to him. Really sad when, you know, somebody you love and lived with for 30 years, married to for 30 years, just is emotionally unsupportive and just not really interested, or it seems, in my recovery. I think if the shoe were on the other foot, I'd be so thrilled for the person to finally be doing this stuff for themselves. It's an obvious difference, you know. Just like everybody else, I saw a therapist, I did all other kinds of work, but it wasn't until joining this community that I've really blossomed and come along this far, to where you could say marked improvement. I mean, unbelievable. First, you get the validation from this community that you've never gotten in your whole life, and then you learn to validate yourself. Just kind of natural. I guess like a 3-year-old, they get validated from their mother, father, they get validation from their parents, and then they learn to validate themselves and are rewarded for it. So now I validate myself. And I told Khaled in the last my husband, sorry I said his name. Alright, so last conversation I told him, look, I know you don't seem really interested in my recovery, and that's just kind of sad. You see how hard I'm working. Not only that, he did something last month that was kind of a trauma event for me. And bump in the road over money. I take that personally. How can somebody, whatever. I told him, I think, you know, you're not really interested in this recovery. Just a minute, I'll be right back. I'm at the bank.